Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Cowboy Bebop. This is Road Live, and my name is Matt. Hello. Okay, so what's up? Last time on Cowboy Bebop, what happened? We had a child and we fucking killed him. Something I do want to say, I want to correct myself. Some minor detail, it's the fact that the kid, whatever happened to him, the explosion, it was, what is the name of it? It's like the gateway. Like one of those things exploded, right? And because of the way the gateways work, some time shenanigan happened, and that's what trapped him in time or something like that. It wasn't very clear, it wasn't very specific, but it wasn't just like a solar flare or whatever. It was something weird regarding the gates. So there you go. Maybe that will come later, because they also did say that the hyperspace gate, you're locked into a different dimension if you get trapped inside of it. And even when you're traveling through it, that's what you are doing. So that's very interesting. Maybe we'll get to see more of that in the future. Anyway, I think we may begin. Let's go. So Cowboy Bebop, there's no seasons. Cowboy Bebop, episode 7. Let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. That's cool. Yo, what's the name of these pieces in the soundtrack? Let me know. These lyrics. I want to hear these lyrics. Oh. Session 7. Heavy Metal Queen. That's such a cool intro.
I say your name is Valtamiana.
Nice try.
Oh no! This is a bad sign.
That's funny.
Terpsichore, the bounty hunter? That's right. Those
Okay.
with the price on their heads quivered in fear.
Terpsichore. VT. The T could be Terpsichore.
We don't even know what
Oh my
looks like.
god. Not looking fine, dude.
What I do wrong?
Surprised
No use
about.
playing innocent. I can see the edge of your dragon tattoo.
It's like an engine or
the wrong
something.
guy.
Oh my god. It's him. Oh my god, it's that fucking guy. That's so funny. Oh my god, never mind.
For reals.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Spike. Spike is just fighting for his life over there. Oh man. My man can't get a W.
Where did you come from?
You spilled my egg. I needed that egg.
Spike's getting into a fight with a bunch of mariachis, seemingly. Let's go! That's like a Yakuza 0 moment when Reina comes in and swings through the bottle. References only I got. What's that? Oh, an explosive. Damn.
My 12 million.
Oh my god. That ship is fucked.
I don't remember who started it, but it just kept piling up. And here I am now.
That's
sitting on
funny.
a fat stack, you know?
Well, I'll give it a try.
Get lost.
So she hates bounty hunters for some reason. Oh my god. What's wrong with your eyes, girl?
What are you still doing here?
Hitchhiking.
Come on, let's go.
Mind if I
Hey.
take another friend of mine along?
Oh my god, bringing Faye as well. Oh yeah. Oh shit!
Can you please turn down that repulsive music?
I don't think so.
Fuck no.
I didn't-
Let's go. They were fucking shredding, yo. That was sick.
Hey guys, if you see a truck with Sarasvati painted on it, give me a ring. Thanks, guys.
She's calling all the truckers space trucking.
He's mine.
She found him. Alright. Are you yourself going after him? What is this gonna be like?
Nice try, scumbag.
You're just gonna ram him? Heavy metal should be playing right now. If she's the heavy metal queen.
Keep calling. Let me talk to that lowlife scum bounty hunter.
Oh my god. Oh
Just
god.
stay away from Decker. He's hauling high explosives. Hello?
She didn't hear that. Damn. Okay, we gotta go.
Hold on! I have first dibs on Decker.
She's coming in with her awful mask. Oh god, this is really dangerous now. She could die.
And parts of it are still broken.
Too bad it wasn't your mouth that was broken.
Heard that.
Why is she after him? That's something I'm wondering. Oh dude, is he fucked? Okay. Y'all good? Well, he's dead. What about the queen?
There goes my 12 million.
Yeah, we don't get paid again. We're never getting the money.
We gotta get out of here. Decker was selling enhanced nitro, and it's all destabilized now. His ship is packed with it. I have no artillery.
All I have are these pincers. All right, come on. There must be a way to get out.
Of course there is.
She's gonna ram.
It's just waiting for us, packed inside that freighter.
Oh, they have. Okay, grab the explosives.
It's a delicate operation, and I'm not really the delicate type.
Yeah, I can
All right,
tell.
then, don't be so delicate. Let's just go for it.
Go!
Okay.
Oh God.
I've got one. Now, what do I do with it?
I'm programming this pod to shoot toward the exit and self-explode in 40 seconds.
Really?
What are you gonna do?
My floating act.
Oh God. Holy shit. This man doesn't give a shit. At least let him know you're doing this first. Oh God. Oh, that's... Oh, shit. That's real bad. Oh, propulsion! Holy shit. Ah. Get inside. Shit. The fact that he sent the pod, not the ship, the pod, because the ship is too valuable. Like, holy shit. He doesn't give a shit, does he?
I need a new gig.
Thanks for the help, Victoria Terpskode.
She
And
is.
give your husband my thanks too. I figured out who you were because of this.
I'm afraid he's doing all his bounty hunting up in heaven.
Does he get the money? Or did he cheat?
The rest is for your husband.
Oh.
I'm sure that he's got a hangover up there.
Man.
Treat him to a prairie oyster on me.
That's cool. Alright, that was Heavy Metal Queen. That was a pretty fun just episode of the week, really. So we got a new fun character that just joined in, and I'm sure she's not gonna stay around. I'm sure this is just a one-off character, but she was pretty fucking cool. And you know what? The soundtrack for this episode was a fucking banger. So okay. If anything, something this episode did that is somewhat new is the fact that it had Spike and Faye do like a mission together, which is something we haven't really seen yet, I don't think. Because previous episode we had the child thing. Yeah, it was Spike and Jet. I don't know what the fuck Faye was doing that episode, but oh yeah, she was eating dog food. But in this episode we have Spike and Faye go out in a mission together, which is it's interesting because we haven't seen Faye do anything with the boys, at least not like willingly yet. You know, like in fact they seem, it's almost like she's staying with them, but they don't like that she's doing so, and they almost don't treat her as part of the team. But in this episode she was part of the team, which is something it's a minor thing, but it's something interesting I like to point out. So Spike and Faye go into this mission trying to find this one guy that has a dragon tattoo, and he completely doesn't look like someone that you should be following. It looks very, very much like he's just some dude. So that was funny that the big muscle guy, he had like an eel, and that wasn't him. That's funny. And then Faye and Spike both get their fucking machines trash. And the fact that with Spike it was just a couple of like mariachi dudes who he beat up because he was annoyed at the fact that they dropped his like egg on his lap when he needed the egg in order to make some concoction in order to fucking get over his hangover, which for some reason he was just feeling like shit right at the very beginning. Like I don't know what the fuck what he was doing the night before, but sure, he looked like death. But yeah, that was just a fun bar fight, and then Faye tries to catch the dude and she fails, and then they meet the Heavy Metal Queen. So I'm not gonna lie, it's been like 2 hours since I watched the episode because I went to go get some food. Yeah, I think her nickname was VT. I think it was VT. I think it was like Victoria or Viviana or something. Terpsikore. It's not Terpsikore, but something like that. I don't know how you pronounce it. In Spanish, it's Terpsikore, but I'm not sure how it is in English. Terpsichore is the most widely known of the muses. Her name having entered the general English as the adjective tertitorian, pertaining to dancing. I think her name was something similar to that, because she married this other like giant bounty hunter dude. Oh yeah, he was a bounty hunter. That's the reason why she was so. That's the reason why she hated bounty hunters. Not like it could be a thing of like maybe they killed him, so she hates them for it. But I think it's also just the fact that like her husband was a bounty hunter, so she almost like is upset at him. You know, it's like you had to go and get yourself killed. So she hates bounty hunters because she considers bounty hunters to be literally just like a fool's job. It's something that you do if you don't really value your life or something. But yeah, eventually she comes around with Spike and Faye, you know, and they have like this whole like mission together, and it's really fun. You know what I really enjoy this episode? Space trucking. It was literally just space trucking. So she got like this space truck. It's not a truck, it's a ship, but they call them trucks. And she, at one point, she starts like talking to every trucker in the fucking region, just being like, hey, if any of y'all seen this fucking dude? And then they like message her, and she's like, all right, I'm gonna go get him myself. And it's like, girl, why are you doing this? Like, literally, why? And then she calls in Spike for backup, and it's like, I feel like with this show, sometimes I have a moment where I'm just like, why do they do this? Because sometimes it feels like they're doing it just because the plot needs to move in that direction, you know, it needs to solve that problem. Like, for example, previous episode, Spike went after the kid, and I'm just like, why did you go after the kid? And it could be a thing where, like, Spike cares enough that he's like, I gotta take care of this, you know? But this has happened a couple of times in other episodes where I'm just like, why are we doing this? And like, it's not that I can't see the characters like coming up to like to some reasoning as to why they're doing it. It's just that I would like the show to tell me why. So anyway, like, that's the thing. But yeah, I don't know why she went after the dude, but then she called in Spike and Faye, and they went and tried to help out. And I like that they got there and the dude was already dead. Like, yeah, you don't get paid. We don't get paid again. Like, that's fine. Oh, by the way, at the end, Spike didn't take the full sack of money. Like, he just took like a little bit, and then he would like pay respects to the dead husband, I think. In some way, it was just like to her. So that's cool of Spike to do. But yeah, like, he didn't take the money. But yeah, anyway, like, okay, they have this whole confrontation. The dude is already dead, and then it becomes not this mission of like trying to get the dude. It becomes this mission of like, we need to get the fuck out of here. We're gonna die. And they rescue VT. And then I love how VT has such a bold personality, and I like that she's the one that like kind of came up with the plan. It's like, how are we gonna get out of here? And it's like, well, let's fucking blow the fuck up. And then Faye tries to go and pick up the explosives, and then she just starts blasting heavier metal, just like, ugh. And it's like, well, what the fuck? Like, who gives a shit? If you die, we die. It's like that simple. And Faye is just like, how can you be so calm about this? And then they get one up by Spike, because Spike just has this moment of like, all right, I'm gonna do my great trick here. I'm just gonna he plugged his ears, and then he like breathed in as much air as he could, and then he was like, all right, I'm gonna send the shuttle all the way in, and it's gonna fucking explode. And that's when you send the explosives, and that's what's gonna detonate it, and then it's gonna open it. And Spike just... the thing about that is Spike didn't even tell anyone that that's what he was doing. He literally just put the plug in his ears, he breathed in, and he was like, I'm gonna do my special trick. And then he was already outside of the pod, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Because like, honestly, like, what the fuck is Spike doing? And like, it's one of those things that like, I'm starting to see a pattern. And like, I've said this before, and this is something I mostly realized at the end of previous episode, and it's the fact that like, I feel like Spike doesn't really care too much whether he lives or dies. And you can look at a bunch of stuff that he does, and he's like nonchalant, blasé attitude. But like, I think that that's just not a good sign that he's so like uncaring about what happens to him. I think that could be a thing where like, if you look deeper, it starts to become like, oh god, that's kind of fucked up. But yeah, he just says, all right, fuck it, let's whatever, and just sends it in and just starts floating into space. And by the way, every time I see this, I think of the Doctor Who episode Oxygen, which is literally just like about like what would happen if you were out there in space with like no protection, like exactly what would happen. And I don't remember exactly what it would be like, but if you hold in your breath, I think your lungs explode. And if you have your eyes open, I mean, if you close them, you're not going to be able to open them again. But if you keep them open, then eyeballs definitely take permanent damage and you become like blind due to exposure in space for like 40 seconds. And then like a little bit more than that. And then they're just fucked. It's just gone. So the fact that Spike was able to do all of that and like continue to be fine, I'm just like, that's some anime bullshit right there. But you know what, I'm not one to complain, but like, yeah, I don't think things would be that fine if he did something like that, but sure. I feel like at this point in space we should have like every pod should have like an emergency just kit of like something that just like a scuba driver suit thing that you put on your face and it gives you like a little bit of air, just like, I don't know, like a minute. That's like a super like emergency kit of like, oh shit, because that wouldn't be that expensive to have, I don't think, compared to like a full-on spacesuit. Like a spacesuit is like way more expensive, but like that emergency kit, I feel like every like tiny spaceship, shuttle, whatever should have something like that. But yeah, anyway, that's just a minor thing that I'm thinking about. But yeah, Spike just does that crazy move and everyone's like, what the fuck, as they should. And then I like that he like missed. Like, well, he didn't miss. There was an explosion that like knocked him away, and then they go like, oh shit, and then Spike thinks really quickly and he's like, he has a gun, and then he just starts blasting, and then he shoots in order to propel himself back, and he had to do multiple shots because every shot would only propel him into the opposite direction of what it would be like, but he needs to like aim, and every time he does that, like, his body starts just spinning because it makes sense. He just starts spinning. And then while he's spinning and in space with no protection, he has to like try and like do a proper shot that aims it into the right direction. And I think he propelled himself into like a platform. I think it was the ship. And then when he stepped on that, he was like, okay, I can do a proper jump now. And that's how he got into the ship. But yeah, that was fucking cool. And I think he definitely earned the respect of fucking the heavy metal queen. Maybe she would be a little bit pissed of like, you fucking idiot. Like, you really don't care about your life, which maybe would set her off because of her husband. But I don't think that happened. So yeah, that was cool. I'm starting to think that it would be really cool if we got to see like some of the characters we met in the show so far come back. But I don't know if we've met anyone besides the heavy metal queen, because in the first episode we did meet like the woman and the druggy dude, but they both died. In the second episode we met the dude that was stealing the dog, but like that really wasn't much of a character, and he's in prison now. Episode 3, the dudes from the casino, they died. Episode 4, well, the monkey woman, the monkey queen, she's trapped in hyperspace. I suppose she could come back. That would be fun if we could get the monkey lady back. And episode 5, of course, I think we're gonna get Vicious back or something. Like, I feel like he's gonna come back. That's like a plot episode. We're gonna see plot again in the future. The kid died, so yeah, no, the kid's not coming back. I don't know, but I guess the monkey woman and the heavy metal queen, that would be fun to see again in the future. You know, like I don't want her to become a part of the crew or something. I mean, it would be cool if she did, but I don't think that's happening. But I think it would be cool if like 10 episodes from now, like we just run into her again, you know, for like one episode. That would be fun. It'd be fun because it makes the world feel more alive, I suppose, you know, because whenever you meet a new character, it's just like, oh, that's what the character does. That's kind of the personality they have going on. And you're like, okay, cool. But if you don't utilize that again, it's just like a fun one-off like episode. Haha. And this show definitely does that. But it would be awesome if like episode 18 rolls out and she comes in again just for one episode. I would be like, that's her. Like, I would get so hyped. So it would be awesome if we could get something like that. I don't think it will happen, but it would be awesome if it did. I kind of want to apologize to the heavy metal queen because like when the episode started, I didn't realize it was a woman. And like the reason why is because like I'm not used, and this is a sad thing to say, but like I'm not used to like anime portraying women in such a manner. That's such a sad thing to say, but that's the reality. Like I'm used to like women being portrayed as something more, something like Faye Valentine. She looks like more like an anime woman that I'm used to. But the heavy metal queen, she was so badass, and I thought it was a dude. I thought it was a dude who just happened to have somewhat of a higher pitch voice, something like that, like softer, I suppose. But no, it's just this like fucking butch MILF. And I'm just like, you know what? That's awesome. Let's fucking go. She's great. The fact that Spike didn't want to like detonate the ship, because this could be one of those things. Like Spike sending the shuttle to self-destruct instead of the ship. And I'm just sitting here like, why? Because he said it, and I was processing it. I was like, do you mean the ship? Like, is that what you're sending? And then he left in the shuttle, but then he left the shuttle, and then he sent the shuttle. And I'm just like, why? And there's going to be one of two things. One, the ship is too expensive. Like, we literally cannot afford to just explode the ship. The shuttle is way easier to replace. So he's like, fuck it. I'm just going to explode the shuttle. Or the ship has some sort of sentimental value to Spike, maybe. Because I think in the first episode, you see that the ship is like old, and then they ask him about it, and he's like, yeah, we've been through a lot, or something like that. So maybe the ship has some kind of value more than just monetary, something more sentimental to Spike. So maybe that's why he didn't want to like sacrifice the ship. He just sent in the shuttle, because who gives a shit about the shuttle? The ship, though, the ship is something I really care about. So maybe that's another thing. Maybe the ship is something that has sentimental value to Spike. So that would be fun to look forward to if that becomes a reality. And okay, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. I don't know if there's anything else I wanna mention other than the fucking soundtrack was banging this episode. I mean, the soundtrack is banging every episode, let's be honest. But this episode, like, we didn't have the typical like jazz funk, you know? Like, we did have a couple of moments of that, but we also have a couple of moments of just straight up heavy metal, and it was fucking sick. There was one song in particular that someone was just shredding just crazy, and I'm just like, let's go. That felt so good. But yeah, anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Cowboy Bebop. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And alright, everyone, that's gonna be it for this episode of Cowboy Bebop. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions, you can already do so over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description below, social media, all sorts of cool stuff that I do. See you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.